You might be wondering, what is the best tank to use in Steel Hunter game mode? And for me personally, the answer to that question is very simple. It's the arelquin. I absolutely love this tank. It has a great gun at the end, and it has great power-ups that are really nice to use if you know how to use them. And well, we'll be watching as a replay I had yesterday, which was just phenomenal and really shows the strengths of this tank. The arelquin may not be your tank. I recommend, if you don't really know what tank is best for you, you try all of the tanks and just kind of figure out which works best for you, but it's different for everybody. Now, as you can see here, I already get 2 power-ups here, which is really nice at the early game, because those power-ups can make a huge change to the battle. And here I try to finish this NPC real quick so that I can get another power-up. Doesn't really matter that I take a few hits here, because once I kill him, as you can see here, I take his loot and I regenerate, which is really powerful. Once you kill someone, you can get their loot and regenerate almost all your HP, so it's really good to do that in combat as well. And here I spot my first real enemy, as I just upgraded my engine so I can go 90 kilometers an hour, which is really crazy in this game mode. So here I get 1 hit on the Harbinger, he goes around the corner and I want to battle him. Sadly I do miss a shot, but the reason I want to fight him is because early game you want to try and upgrade your tank as fast as you possibly can. And well, for me the fast way to upgrade tanks is just by killing others and getting points from that. But sadly I'm kind of losing this fight. I try healing and I ran away real quickly because I can go really fast in this tank. I see that he misses, so I get a shot in him right here. And now I have a new gun available, so I try to stall him from fighting with me so I can get the new gun. And as you can see here, he gets pushed here. I get my new gun. My airstrike is ready again. I wanted to aim for my airstrike on the dead body, because I assumed the Hurricane was going to get the body and try and heal. But he doesn't, so I heal from the body. And I finish off the Hurricane, who is really low now. I almost have full HP. He's chasing me, he does get 2 shots into me while I'm reloading. And I finish him off very easily. And I'm almost level 5 already, while the game just started. And on the map I already see my next enemy. And I have 1 more airstrike left, which is just great. And I'm already... I assume here, when I go around the corner, that I'm 1 level higher. But I'm not. This guy already has the level 4 gun as well. And I miscalculate this. I get completely wrecked. I am on a reload. This guy is almost as fast as me because he tracked me. And I'm 1 shot from here. But I really hit that airstrike on top of him. Managed to finish him off with only 3 HP left. With just a perfectly planted airstrike that hit him straight in the middle. Because the beautiful thing about this power up, the airstrike, is that when the enemy you hit is in the middle, you can deal so much damage. So it was kind of lucky that he just didn't switch paths, but it was also really greatly timed for me. So yeah, that was just lovely. And now I'm level 5, nearly escaped death, but you gotta play risky. And definitely in this stage of the game, as you can see here, I have 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and I've for the respawn, and I have 1 respawn left, so I can play as risky as I can to farm as many points as possible. Now, here I made a decision. I'm going to pause the game real quickly, because what did I just do? I just upgraded my turret, and the beautiful thing about the arelquin is that it has 2 good guns. One of the guns is this anti-tank machine gun. It has 10 shells in the magazine with only a ½ second intro clip reload, and it deals 110 damage per shot with the damage shells, which is absolutely terrific. But there's also another gun that you can use, and that is the HE gun. And this gun is super dangerous when you are fighting light tanks, because this thing has 3 shells in the magazine and hits for 650 damage per shot or 400 damage per shot. So that's insanely nasty. It has a damage per minute of 7,300, but that's not really realistic, to be fair. But it's just a great gun that deals so much damage and really melts through other light tanks. But here I needed to decide what gun I wanted, because as you can see, when you select the top turret, you can only pick from the anti-tank machine gun and the double barrel gun. Now the double barrel gun is just really bad. I don't recommend playing this. But you can't pick the HE gun, or the DARP gun, as I'm gonna call it right now, if you take the top turret with the rotation speed. So I kind of made the choice for what gun I was going to go already when I made the choice for which turret I was going to go. If you take the lower turret, you can't go for the anti-tank machine gun, but you can only go for the derp gun. And so now I had to choose for what gun I wanted to go in the end. And if we press tab, you can see why I made a choice. Because there's a lot of light tanks, but there's also a lot of medium tanks and some heavy tanks. If there were all light tanks, or almost all light tanks, I would have gone for the derp gun, because it's more powerful against light tanks. For example, an arelquin with a anti-tank machine gun almost has no chance against a arelquin with the HE gun. So I decided to go for the anti-tank gun, because I assumed there was going to be a lot of medium and heavy tanks that I had to fight, which the derp gun is not as powerful against. So yeah, let's get back into the replay. So real quickly, I just farm power-ups. I feel like with the arelquin, the power-ups really make a change, as you can see. So I try to farm as many of them. And as you can see here, there's an airstrike, which is just beautiful, because, well, I really need the airstrike, because you get one power-up of both. So I get one more fireball, one more airstrike. And I get more points, so I can level up my tank faster. So I do notice there's one tank somewhat far away, but I don't really think he's a threat. And I just farm the airstrike, as you can see here. And as you can see, the other tank is already gone away. But then I see there's a harbinger right here that I had to fight. And I sadly missed my airstrike, which was just really poorly timed for me. So now I have to run away. I try to use my fireball as a distraction, which works perfectly because he stopped following me. I deal some damage with the fireball. And now I just kind of sit around here thinking, what should I do? And I just go around this bit. There's one guy that spotted me from the open, but he's not really a threat to me. So I go around this corner, hopefully to kind of avoid the harbinger. And as you can see here, the harbinger is chasing me exactly. So I spot him here, which is quite nice if you ask me. He can't really fall back from that side. And here I can get an open shot on him. So yeah, I have 4 shells in the magazine, and I try to get the shells in him. Also try to get an airstrike, but it doesn't have enough range. As you can see here, I hit 1 shell, I miss 1, and I connect the other 3 shells as well. And the harbinger is very low right now, so I decide to go in and push him. But then he's regenning and he's coming my way. Luckily, the bylang on the bridge hits him, makes him very low for me, meaning that I can finish him with 2 shots and I'm already reloaded. I have 4 shells in the magazine, and with the first 2 it's already done. Quickly hit reload and get his loot. And as you can see here, from dealing the damage, I'm already max level. And I get the power-ups from him. Sadly, he didn't drop any power-ups, but most of the time the enemy do drop a lot of power-ups. So here I decide to go over the bridge, because if you look at the map, you want to go to the center of the map. You don't want to be near like the yellow or the red parts. So here there are a few new airdrops that are dropping, so I just decide to go and hopefully grab one. Because more power-ups means that I can get more kills. And here's arelquin taking the other airdrop. He sits in the airdrop. I drop my airstrike on him to finish him off after I had almost an entire magazine on him. Which is just lovely, because now I finally have the max gun. And I can completely melt my enemies. And he was just not expecting that. He didn't even hit me, and he's just completely gone. Now I did spot another map with my radio. Another one on the map, I should say, with my radio. So I'm currently going to try and see if I can deal some damage here. Now you see me not using my radio, because I know that he's there. And if I use my radio, he will also know that I'm coming from here. So I decided not to do that. And I see it's a heavy tank. So if I would have taken the derp gun earlier, I could have done nothing against his tank. The heavy tanks just completely counter the derp gun. It's honestly insane. So here he is. And I see he doesn't have the max turret yet. So I try to shoot him in the turret. Sadly that misses. I use all my power-ups on him, because heavy tanks are quite scary in this game mode. And I get him really low, but sadly I'm on a 10-second reload. And he is coming my way, because he knows I'm on a reload. So I quickly try and fall back. But I'm already reloaded and he's still trying to push me. I just hit a few shells in his the lower side of the tank. And I just quickly grab his body to heal up. Now currently I have 5 airstrikes because of that. I don't know how many fireballs I have, but I have at least 1. And I have a lot of heals and repair kits. So I am in a really nice position to try and just get as much enemies down. And here's another heavy tank. The Valkyrie or the Valkyrie. And here I try to get away. I deal some damage, but I know I won't win that fight. He's already healed up. And you can't really win a 1v1 against a heavy tank if you don't use your power-ups. And I only have 1 fireball, as I can see now, so I just try to wait, using that for as long as possible. Now here I decide to go for the air strike, and there's 1 tank in. But that tank that's in is fighting other tanks, or he's trying to third party other tanks. So now I'm fourth partying, and I deal a lot of damage to him, but sadly he's in the airstrike, which he will get. And that will mean he'll heal up. And as I'm falling back, I notice I kind of misplayed there. What I don't see is there's a Valkyrie coming behind me, and as you can see here, he makes me really low. The other guy drops a corrosive smoke screen, so if you go in there you take a lot of damage. Luckily the Valkyrie doesn't pursue me and doesn't kill me, but I'm really low in this situation. So I try to heal up, and here I make a huge mistake, because while I'm healing I go into the damage screen, and my heal is ruined and I'm very low again. Because once you are healing and you take damage, you stop healing. So when you're healing, you need to avoid enemy fire for as long as possible. Or not enemy fire, just any damage actually. And here I'm very low. I'm trying to see what is going on. But as you can see here now, I'm going to pause real quick. The Harbinger here is in the death zone. So in 10 seconds he will start taking damage. And the damage he'll get is like 10% of his max health every 3 seconds, I believe. So I try to shoot him in the tracks, hoping that I can keep him tracked. And I do track him here, as you can see. But he repairs his, if I believe. And here I try to hit him with an airstrike. And I aim the airstrike in front of him. And right on the edge, I keep him tracked in the circle. There are more enemies. And here I see an arelquin with the dart gun, which is very scary for me, because he can like completely kill my tank in 1 magazine. I do get him low and he falls back, so I can grab the guy that he killed to heal up my tank and hopefully get another fireball, because I'm completely out of those. And luckily I do get a fireball. It's a 1v1v1 and there are the last 2 tanks. Now I decided to kill the Bailang here, and why I did that is because the arelquin moved away, had no chance at getting his body, so I know he was low. And he doesn't have a chance to heal except for his normal heal. So now it's a 1v1. But this is the arelquin that had a derp gun and can almost kill my entire tank in 1 magazine, which is really scary. I only have 1 fireball and 1 airstrike. And here he hits me for 400. So I know he's using the 400 damage gun. Or the H400 damage shells, I should say. And he has 3 shells in his magazine. He hit 1 on me and 2 on my fireball. Didn't kill my fireball, so now I know he's reloading and my fireball hit him. So I try to chase him to get some damage in. And I do quite successfully. I stopped chasing him here because I know if I would have followed him, he would have been reloaded. And I'm also waiting for my airstrike to reload, as it is now. So now he hits 1 shot into me. I try to predict where he's going with an airstrike. I cancel his heal by dealing damage to him, and I hit him for 500. And I know he can't kill me in 2 shots, because he also fired 1. And now I know he's on a reload. He has only 500 HP. My magazine can deal up to 1000 damage per magazine, and I finish him off, finishing this game with 15,000 damage and 7 kills, which is just absolutely lovely. Yeah, this is obviously the best tank in this game. And for me, the anti-tank machine gun is just solely the best gun. Anyway, that was this beautiful replay. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, leave a comment down below. I absolutely love this tank. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.